What's up, everybody?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good, good.
Sorry about the schedule change this week. I know it um, threw a lot of people off.
Yeah, I came to the call yesterday thinking it started at 12, but then I reread my email.
Yeah, I think that happened with a lot of people. Yeah, I was traveling, and so I had to. I thought that I would be able to hit it, but the Wi-Fi just wasn't reliable by any means. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get it popping. I got some new hair, y'all see it? We got some new people in here, and I don't know what they look like. People's cameras are off. What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Hi, Carissa.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome to Power Unit. I know that's Jason's job, but I like to say hi to
And here's Carol. Take it away.
I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good. Yeah. So, and then Derek, how you doing, Derek? You there?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. Welcome.
Hi there.
How's it going?
You've been here before, haven't you, Derek? No?
Yep, I've been here.
Okay. I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. See, once the cameras are on, I can put faces to names, and it works out a lot better. So I'm excited to hear about everybody's last 2 weeks. I know I've seen some stuff Austin's been doing and on Facebook, and that's really exciting. So let's go ahead and kick it off and go down the line. For those of you who are new here, what we do at this point is share our successes or anything that we're going through from the last week. It's kind of just a discussion moment until I get into the main lecture for today. But feel free to share whatever you want to share, where you're from, how long you've been in the business, all that good stuff, so that we can get to know you. So let's start with you, Austin.
Yeah, so over the last couple of weeks, I guess I'll start with somebody left me a 1-star review on Indeed, somebody I didn't even know, which I was like, what? So that was a little bit that made me upset actually. I was ready to turn something up on them. But anyways, outside of that, I mean, I had 3 deals that took place last week. I onboarded 2 agents over the last 2 days. One yesterday, one this morning. And then I have 2 home buyer seminars. One is this Thursday, here in Buffalo or Amherst, Williamsville. And then I have another one that we're doing down in Long Island on the 6th. So we already got the venue, we got everything planned out. Um, so I look forward to both of those home buyer seminars. I had my lender actually send me over a $800,000 buyer that's relocating. So that was good. And then also EXP relocation sent me over a $500,000 relocation client also.
Nice. I love that your lender did that, because as you know, here in Power Unit, those are the types of referral partnerships that we like to create. Some that are mutually beneficial. And I want to get into your home buying seminar right quick, but before I do,
Yes.
and before I forget this, I am most likely going to be having an event in Atlantic City the first week of December, I want to say. And so just kind of keep an eye out for that.
That's down in New Jersey, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be at there.
Yeah. So and it may not be too far from you too, Carol. But no, it's just a little type of lunch and learn type of event. So nothing major. You're muted. We can't hear you.
I said, say again, come again. You're coming to my area for lunch and learn event?
Atlantic City. No, not exactly your area.
Who's hosting that?
So it's me and then Tyranny. You remember Tyranny from the
Oh, yeah.
Power Unit event, and then Damon. So we're gonna take a little show on the road around new construction and luxury deals and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah. But so Austin, with your home buyer event, so
Yes.
we probably talked about that here in Power Unit on like maybe a month or two ago. So how has it all come together? What have you experienced so far with everything?
So I would say that I've definitely been getting a lot of help from the lender. They're also helping me out with things, which I didn't. They sort of wanted me to put everything together because there were some things I didn't have together, like what were we going to do as the food, what were we going to do as the drinks, what was it going to be our call to action, certain things like that. So we came together, we got on a Zoom call, we did like a brainstorm thing, and we came up with what we were going to do for that seminar. I know right now we have 7 tickets left. I'm hoping that we can get those pushed out in a timely fashion, but I know that we didn't get a chance to do our, there's going to be some road bumps, like we didn't get a chance to do our everyday direct mail because they weren't able to get the approval from corporate in time for them to send out that, because I guess they got to go through corporate to get approval to send out certain mailers.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get it in time, unfortunately, even though we did it like a week in advance, but things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what did you decide on? I know I sent you the PowerPoint that I use for my seminars. What did you decide on as far as your
Yes.
what y'all are going to teach and stuff?
So we're going to do 15 minutes. The lender's going to do 15 minutes, and then me and my teams are going to do 15 minutes. We're going to do a brief introduction of ourselves, and then we're going to take them through the home buying process and different things that they can expect. And then the lender, he's going to go over the different loan options, different things like that.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, if you can recommend to the lender for them to talk a lot about credit and a lot about money, because those are the two big things a lot of people want to know about with the, actual home buying. Can I qualify and how much money do I need? So drop that bug in their ear.
Yes.
Congrats, man. I'm so glad that you're actually taking action on that. And what I would do for those last 7 tickets, hop on Facebook Live or something. I know that you do a lot of videos. Hop on Facebook Live, promote that event, let them know what y'all are going to be talking about, and not just the process, like make them catching call to actions as far as like learn how you can buy a home with no money down. That's a big one. Well, we all know that the VA loans and the USDA loans are the loans that allow you to do that. Or learn how to buy a new construction home for, less than $6,000. Whatever. Think of some of those like catchy headlines, how to buy a home with a 600 credit score or whatever. Because those types of headlines draw people in.
Yeah, I probably throw the STAR program in there also. I know a lot of people don't know about that.
Perfect, man. Congrats. Continue to reach out to me if you need anything else for that.
Oh yeah, I definitely will.
All right, let's move on to Carissa.
Hello, everyone. I am a new real estate agent. I actually just got my license to sign off on last week. So
congrats. Look at
yes,
you.
that was exciting to see that. I'm in Philadelphia, PA, and I'm looking for my association to join so that I can get started. I'm still a lot nervous about this, but I'm excited and just trying to take the first step.
Well, Carroll's not too far from your area.
I grew up in Philly. What part of Philly are you in?
So I actually live in Delaware County of Pennsylvania. So I'm like 20 minutes outside of Philly.
What area? What area?
Fulcroft.
Oh, okay. So you're close to me because I'm right here in Newcastle, Delaware.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're like, what's that, like exit 8 off of 95 right there?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like 20 minutes from me. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. If you need anything, hit me up because you're close. I can help you with the region, and you should have Bright MLS as your MLS. Super easy to use. Congrats on that. Yeah. Yeah, our MLS is the bomb compared to the other ones in Pennsylvania. So yeah, you're lucky on that aspect. But yeah, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I definitely will be hitting you up. 'Cause
Carissa, what made you get into real estate?
So my goal is actually to get my broker's license and be a property manager. I like managing properties, so that's my goal. But to be a property manager in Pennsylvania, you have to have a broker's license and of course be a real estate agent for 3 years before you can get your broker's license. So this is my first step into my long-term goal.
Nice. Well, congrats on passing. We're happy to have you here. Hope to see you every single week and
Yes.
follow the process.
Thank you, thank you. I actually decided to take a lunch break from my full-time job to be here, so.
Awesome. Yeah, normally these calls are on Monday,
Mhm.
12 your time. So it was just a change for this week.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Carol, you're up.
Let's see. So I was really, okay, I was sick last week, so I didn't have too much productivity in terms of like cold calling or anything like that. Turns out I had extreme allergies, which I didn't know could be that bad. But I also had a very interesting process that I was supposed to have a closing last week. Let me tell you what a mess. I dealt with a buyer's agent, a seller's agent, who was literally a piece of shit. Like, I just don't even know how to put it any other way. We went to them, and I understand it was like $20,000 in repairs. But guess what? That property failed miserably. And we were like, if the seller's willing to fix it, we'll do it. I swear to God, this man agreed to the repairs. 2 days before settlement, we go walk through. They weren't even started. Literally not even started. And the seller's agent is acting as shocked as I am. Bro, you're the seller's agent. Do you not know what your responsibility is in this process is to help the seller and make sure these things are being done? Like, what are we doing here?
Mhm.
So my buyer agrees to an extension, and then I went over on Friday and they put gray tiles or brown tiles on a gray roof. And again, nothing is started. So we bowed on that.
Wow.
So then the agent literally drags it out. Okay. And I'm talking drags it out and has the fucking audacity, okay, to call me and be like, hey, the seller would really like to still close. I said, well, that's real simple then. The seller should have just honored the contract that we agreed to. This dude, I swear to God, this is nothing personal, my man, but this mother tries to mansplain to me, okay? Mansplain to me my responsibility as a buyer's agent. I'm still a little hostile about that. And I swear up until that point, I was cordial. And when that mother tried to mansplain to me, I lost my noise. I said, bro, don't mansplain to me my job when you haven't done yours. Don't tell me how to conduct business with my buyers who have made it very clear to me that you have a better chance of shaking hands with God than them proceeding with this property. Because he's like, you're making decisions for your buyers. Anyway, I'm gonna calm down because that dude. Anyway, I lost my noise on him. And after that, I swear I messaged him every 30 minutes, him and his office. I emailed and text every 30 minutes for the mutual release. I had it within 2 hours because he's like, you got to be patient. My buyers are asking for the mutual release. So finally we're out from that and actually went right under contract on a different property because these are super serious buyers looking to buy a house. So we have that home inspection this week. I have a new agent that I brought on EXP and my team. He's starting with me this week. So I'm getting him all acclimated. That's pretty cool. And my book is now for sale.
Yes.
So
where's
pretty
the
excited. You wanna
where's
see
the
it?
link? Yeah.
Hold on, I got cases on behind me. Whoop, whoop. Cold call organizer, brother. It is now for sale. It is in print. You can order it. I had to set up an Etsy shop because for whatever the reason, PayPal wasn't working, but it is ready to go. I've already had a couple of orders. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to get my shipping together and get those out in the mail. I'm pretty excited about that. I feel like this Like I said, I'm going to pioneer that conversation because nobody's talking about what to do when somebody says yes. So I'm talking about it because that is just as important as being ready for when they say no.
I love it. And I received your message about that. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So let's plan to chat about it later this week on how we can get it done.
Get it figured out. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll catch you. I'll message you and we'll get something on the calendar for that. But I'm super excited. Super
Perfect.
excited.
I'm excited for
Robin Pink! What the?
Yes. Oh my,
Look, Arthur, the author information.
look at you. You got your picture.
All right. Sorry. And Austin, I love everything you're doing.
Y'all know I was thinking about my next book idea because I'm determined to possibly get another book done next year. And you know, my last book was more so based on my experiences coming into real estate, you know, the things that nobody ever told me. And I'm starting to really like this whole thing about talking about the stuff that nobody's talking about, you know, similar to
Talk about it.
yeah. So, you know, we have all these power unit recordings and everybody shares stories here and things that they're going through. So I'm thinking about creating a compilation of just different experiences and stories that people have went through in their real estate career. What do y'all think about that idea? That would be kind of dope, right?
I think it's good because everything you search online is how to handle objections. But there's so me and my team actually have transitioned into role playing real time situations like you're talking about, because nobody's talking about them. You know, everybody's had all these experiences in their career, and unless you're friends with that person, you don't hear that experience and you don't get to learn from that. And I feel like that is really something that's missing in our community as realtors.
Yep. It's been the whole goal of my YouTube channel. Yep. Awesome. Well, let's move on to you, Derek.
How's everybody doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I've kind of started my real estate journey a year ago and haven't really done much. I was trying to have something to do over the pandemic because everything kind of just stopped in my normal self-employed job. Decided to try and go ahead and pick it up a month ago, and it's been pretty good so far. But I've started to kind of find all of those moments where they don't really explain to you how to do certain things in real estate school, and have started to make a few fumbles and few mistakes kind of along the way, or just felt like I've kind of had a lack of mentorship or help, I guess. So I'm just trying to continue to network with more people. And I think the biggest thing for me is having somebody that I can call in the moment when something happens. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that process happen and figure out how to navigate as a sole agent. Last month I got 3 homes under contract.
Nice.
This month I'm hoping to get 3. I've got 2 right now. The 2 this month, one came from Facebook, and just somebody listed in their house on Facebook and started a message chat. And next thing I know, I'm at their house the next morning. Took pictures, did the whole gamut. But that particular house, I struggled with trying to figure out what to list the house as, because it's a 7-bedroom house and it's got a 4-bedroom addition, and it's completely different from every single house anywhere in the area. And then that particular house, I also, that's where I kind of made one of my like fumbles, I guess. The owner really wanted to accept an offer because they were just so excited to have an offer that was well over what they were looking for in the house, what they posted on Facebook anyway. And then she went ahead and accepted an offer, even though I had already called highest and best and tried to explain to her, hey, I think we should wait just a little bit longer. But she was very adamant about accepting the offer. And then literally an hour later, we get another offer in for $25,000 over that offer. So I felt like I didn't necessarily do the best due diligence in convincing or explaining to the owner that, hey, I think we should wait just a little bit longer, like maybe an hour longer, not knowing at that point. But Other than that, I've only had one other kind of hiccup, and that was a trust issue, as in like trust, the house that was in a trust. But that seemed to get remedied. But again, had nobody to necessarily call and say, "Hey, what do I do here?" I did get a hold of my managing broker, and that was helpful. And it was basically, "Hey, check out with the county recorder's office, and if they don't give me information, then find a new attorney." And eventually the title company just kind of caved in and said that they felt like the original attorney that wrote the trust had recorded it incorrectly, and then they did some corrective paperwork, and then we were good to go there. But long story short, I'm just trying to figure out how to network with some more agents in my area, have some more people that can kind of call last minute or call, "Hey, this just happened, what do I do for this, what do I do for that?" Been doing a lot of studying and a lot of working, and just trying to watch a ton of videos and doing research and that kind of stuff. But it's still very different from being in the moment saying, "Hey, this is the situation, what do I do?" And I haven't really found much help from my mentor in that way.
Okay, I want to give you just a couple of nuggets, I guess you can say. First off, great job on getting all those deals under contract. That's phenomenal, especially for not being very active and things like that. Second, don't be so hard on yourself and don't put so much pressure on yourself. Because I'll tell you one thing about real estate transactions, unless they are just a cut and narrow straight, got money, great credit, everybody's just super happy in a transaction, they never work out just smooth as butter. It's just never. And I'll tell you, in any transaction that you work, it's always going to be a learning experience. And I call it a learning experience because it's going to be very beneficial to your career. Eventually, all these learning experiences will pile up and you'll start seeing things, again, like, "Oh yeah, I dealt with this before. But it's going to take years and hundreds of transactions to even get to that place. Even for me today, I still run into things that I haven't ever seen before. I don't necessarily know how to do, but it's kind of like learning a new language, right? It's like you start to learn Spanish and you learn little words here and there and here and there, you learn enough to get by, right? But you're not fluent. You can't just pop up in Mexico and maybe just start speaking it, all that kind of stuff. But you can listen for little things and be able to like pick out, "Oh, that means money," or, "Oh, that means hot," whatever. And so you can take that and say, "Okay, general idea, this may be what's taking place," but you want to feel confident and tell people honestly, "Hey, I don't have the exact answer to that, but I'm going to go get it just to be sure." That's one of my best lines that I still use today. And nobody is going to, shun you because you don't have the exact answer to something. People would rather you be right, and tell them the right information than for you to make up something, lie to them, or, try to make it seem like you're this all knowledgeable real estate guide when in actuality you're not. Okay. So don't put so much pressure on yourself that you have to know any and every situation, because I'm telling you, they're all going to end up being different. And that's completely okay. It's completely okay. I'll tell you, I appreciate the experiences. Like, I appreciate when something's thrown at me that I've never seen before, that I don't necessarily know how to do, but I do rely on people. I don't necessarily go out seeking from other agents because, everybody has their own agendas. But you hit up a title company, they're gonna most likely have the answer to any type of contract thing, anything that you can encounter. Who's in the wrong here, who needs to be. Title companies can be your best friend. Lenders, when it comes to money, they can be your best friend. Insurance agents, all of those people who we tend to partner with in these deals, they have tons of knowledge and they have seen years and hundreds of real estate transactions. So that can help you build up even your relationships with those people. And then you could be like Austin, where they're sending you $500,000 deals, because y'all have a relationship built. Okay. Another thing, we're here for you, man. Post in the group, reach out, DM, whatever. We're here for you. don't just use us for when you do have a problem though, but be active and show up on the calls, posting in the group. Like, we all help each other all the time. I'll tell you, there's so many power unit members who will shoot me a DM on Instagram, or they'll, send me an email like, we got you. So you can lean on us, but you don't have to feel alone, but welcome these experiences. Like, don't feel like you're doing a bad job or you're alone or anything. Like, this is a good thing, because if you're not experiencing stuff, then you're not doing nothing. So I'm like, welcome this. All right.
Mm.
Anything immediate going on right now you want some input on?
I don't think so. I think I'm mostly caught up for the most part. I think last week was probably one of the more tough weeks, and just everything. Today I've got another person for sale by owner that I'm going by to try and get under contract and take pictures and get listed today. So I think things are going well. I don't think that I thought that I would be where I am right now in closing so many deals. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I said a long time ago, yeah, I'd like to maybe close one house a month and just see how that goes. And then I got 3, and I almost have 3 this month. And I think I've got my process down for the most part and getting things done. And I think the hardest thing for me is just juggling everything else that I do, because I'm not a full-time real estate agent, but it feels like I'm a full-time real estate agent now after these last few months. And I have 2 other businesses that I do. So I'm just trying to figure out how everything fits in there. But thankfully, real estate kind of fits in nicely because I don't have anything that I'm scheduled to do ever right now anyway. So I can just kind of work as I go and manage my businesses. And if somebody wants to go see a house, I can go do it anytime. So I think I was watching one of your videos the other day, and you mentioned the 3 ways that you get leads. Could you remind me what those are? Your 3 go-tos.
Past clients, referral partners, and personal networks.
No, I think it was like a 3. I think it was like Red X or something like that.
Oh, for those types of leads. Yeah. So Red X is one of them. I don't know. I talk about so many different lead sources. So Red X is for cold calling, things like that. Then we do a lot with referral partners and past clients. And so gifting, events, things like that. The best place for lead generation, go into the Power Unit course and go into Lead Gen Playbook. And I have like 50 different ways in there. In the course, I outline 25, show you how to do them, give you the form sheets, lists, everything like that. For your day-to-day though, you want to go back to lesson 1, where we're talking about Power Hour and putting together those 3 lists of people. That's what you want to start with. Use these other things, social media, all that kind of stuff, as a supplement to those. But baseline, you want to work with those 3 lists that we mentioned in lesson 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to get organized with everything and figure out my plan and whatnot from that standpoint. Because the for sale by owners have been doing pretty well for me. I mean, I've gotten quite a few of them. I mean, random.
And that's what you want to run with. And that's what you want to run with. That's what I had to start with, because part of my story is I moved to a brand new area that I knew nobody in, and not just across town. I'm talking about across 4 state lines. And so my only contacts were getting out there and trying to find for sale by owners and expireds, people who had kind of already raised their hand, and I knew that they wanted a property sold, and that's where my first listings came from. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if that's working for you, eventually though, you do enough for sale by owners, like you're about to close on these 3 deals, you got more coming, you're building a past client list at this point. Mm-hmm. So you need to start funneling that stuff into our systems, such as the monthly gifting, the letter of the heart, the theme days. So, this is starting to form for you. You're not going to be doing for sale by owners forever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if it's working for you, run with it. I'm
Okay.
gonna a few exciting things. I'll just tell y'all. I'm gonna be uploading some old stuff into the power unit course, and I like to point out old stuff. It's old, but it's still beneficial. So you'll notice a few new courses coming in there, within the next week or so. So I am gonna upload my FISBO lead magnet in there, and that's kind of my process that I did early on to attract for sale by owners. I did them through landing pages and then cold calling. So I'm going to upload that in there and a few other things. So just kind of be on the lookout for that stuff. Again, these are just supplements to our main curriculum, but new exciting stuff coming. And just to let y'all know, for anybody new, we did change the price of power unit a couple months ago. And so for those of you grandfathered in, you're still grandfathered in. But for new people, there is different pricing. I will give you all an affiliate link if you want one, to where you can earn money off of anybody who you introduce into power unit. A couple of things going on with me. We got some new listings coming out. Went on a listing appointment last week with so my assistant Brendan. He just recently became licensed, and so I took him on a listing appointment with me, locked that listing up. I'm gonna let him market it, and I'm gonna let him do some stuff. Well, let me close my door. Hold on. Even though he's probably gonna edit this and he's gonna hear this anyway, but I'm gonna let him market it and do all that. But more than likely, before we put it on MLS, I'm gonna buy that house. So, but at least he can get some experience with that part. And I'm so excited because this just arrived on my desk this morning, which is a very lengthy legal document. But this is the new company agreement and everything for the title company that I will have part ownership in. So that is super exciting. This is a big venture, and there's already other locations of this title company, and I'm essentially buying a location, I guess you can say. So that's super exciting. I'm not gonna, I mean, it's not gonna be my face. People won't know that it's mine, but y'all know. So if you start seeing just stuff on my Instagram for one specific title company, just know. And if you're here in Texas, send us your deals, but looking to open up the doors sometime next month. So that's exciting as well. But all of this happens because of one thing that I'm going to talk to y'all about today. So this is me moving into the lecture portion of it. But one of the most significant tools and I guess you could say skills that I've acquired as a business owner over the years, which has been one of the hardest, but it's one of the most beneficial. And I'm going to say it is getting out of your own way. Getting out of your own way. All right. And here's why this is important. And I'm going to share an example. So early on in my career, some of you have probably heard this story where I'm telling you about how I'm leaving from my open house. My electricity turns off. I'm in this open house now with nobody coming in. And then I basically have a breakdown there. And, I make a choice whether I want to leave the business or whether I wanted to keep pushing forward. And I normally cut that story off at that point, and I'll fast forward showing you telling what's happening nowadays, what happened kind of immediately after. But one important thing that happened in that moment was the mind shift that happened with me. And it was at that point where I truly made a decision. I didn't necessarily know what it was at that time, but I made sense of it now. But at that moment, I chose to get out of my own way. And I didn't think that I was in my own way before, but looking back, I realized that I truly was. you know, as a new agent or as someone running a business, every day a new situation arises. Every day we're presented with a new ad, or we're seeing somebody else's success story, or we're looking around for an answer, you know, and then what do we start to do? We start to compare ourselves to them. We start to compare what's going on in our business to those other people. Why isn't this happening for me? What am I doing wrong? I must not know something. There's this secret out there that I don't know. And then subconsciously, what ends up happening is you start blocking yourself from receiving those things because your focus has now shifted to what somebody else is doing or what you don't have, what you don't know. Thus, in turn, you start getting in your own way and not even realizing it. Okay. This is extremely powerful because it happens very quickly. It happens subconsciously to the point where you don't even comprehend it on a conscious level, but you just stepped in front of yourself. When you start asking yourself or beating yourself down for something that you don't know, a level that you're not at, something you don't think that you can do, that's an example of you getting in your own way. Okay. I like to tell people that we're all guided on this planet. And forgive me if this is a little deep for some of you, but I truly believe that we are all guided on this planet. We're sent here to complete a mission. All right. And we are guided the whole time. You can call them guardian angels. You can say God, you can say the universe, spirit, whatever, energy. We're all guided here. Okay. We're sent to this planet. We're born to complete a mission. We all have a purpose. We're born with a purpose. Now, where does that start to derail? That starts to derail when you start getting in the way and not getting in somebody else's way, but getting in your own way with this. Do you all know once you speak, has anybody ever heard the term speaking it into existence, speaking into existence, speaking into existence? Okay, that really goes back to all that everyone says about manifestation. When you say that you want something, the universe starts conspiring to help you get it. Things start moving around you to help you get it. But here's the thing. We try to be the puppeteers and control how everything happens. And what you don't realize is that by doing that, you're getting in the way. I'm going to tell y'all a simple thing of how this kind of took place to me this past weekend. So I was in Cancun for a wedding, and you know, I booked my room. Whenever I go to a different country or I stay at a resort, I try to get like a really nice room, right? I'm like, hey, I'm only here for a few days. I want one of the best rooms that y'all have. So I'm on the website doing my little booking, and I see, okay, this says such and such suite, and it's listing all these things that the room has. I'm like, okay, that sounds very nice. Sounds like a nice suite. Even though I don't need a lot of space, it would be nice. Okay, so I booked this suite. I get there and I look in the room. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a very nice room. So I ended up meeting up with some people who were there for the wedding also. And this was the first night that I got there, and they invited me to their room. It was 2 floors up, right? I walk in their room and they got this 2-level loft style with a living room, a bar, then an upstairs, 2 bathrooms. And I said, and I literally told the girl, I said, I didn't see this room on the website. You know, how did you get this room? I want this room. She was like, yeah, I booked like back in May, and people know that I'm last minute with this travel thing, but I booked back in May and maybe they were all sold out. And I said, dang, I really want this room. Okay. It was just a little moment of laughter, joking and everything. So I said that the next morning, I would say around 6 o'clock, I'm hearing all this banging in the hallways. I'm hearing these badass kids running up and down the hall, screaming, shouting, playing whatever at 6 o'clock in the morning. Literally woke me up from my sleep on a Saturday morning at this nice resort. I'm trying to halfway have a vacation, and this is what I was woken up to. And it lasted for hours. And I was like, I cannot believe this. So I'm not really one to complain or say anything, but I went down to the lobby after I had my breakfast. And, the man behind the counter, he's like, "Hi, Mr. Miles, how's your stay been so far?" And I told him, I said, "I wish I could say that it's been better, but I'm going to tell you, I was woken up at 6 o'clock this morning, kids banging, screaming, slamming doors, and lasting for hours." He was like, "Let me look up your room." Looked me up, and he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you." He said, "Look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to upgrade your room to one of our 2-level loft rooms." He said, "We really didn't have any available, but I have one and I can put you in it. It's just 1 floor up. 3 o'clock, we're going to send somebody to your room. They're going to take your luggage up there and get you into the new room." And I said, "Look at God. Thank you." Thank you. Now, here's why this was a moment, because I remember myself saying, "I want this room. I want this room." Now, I knew that I wasn't about to go ask or upgrade or complain or anything like that. I was like, "Chasen, just be grateful for what you do have." But what I didn't think about was how the universe was about to conspire to get me into that room. I didn't think about what would have to take place. I couldn't have even imagined there would be kids banging and screaming, waking me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Do I want that? No. But if that's what had to be put into action for me to get that room, that's what happened. And I'm telling you this because when you say that you want something, when you want something out of life, when you want something out of this business, you have to step onto the side and get out of your way, because you don't know exactly how things are about to start conspiring to get you to that level that you want, to get you that thing that you want. We ask for things and we wish and pray for things, but then we want to start controlling how it takes place, how it all happens. I want it to happen like this. I want the road to be easy and convenient. We don't think about how there may be some badass kids running up and down the hall, slamming doors to get you to that next level. We don't think about how it may be a client that just treats you like crap, but somebody else sees that and wants to treat you better, wants to give you a better opportunity. We don't think it may take people deserting you and leaving you in order for that space to be given for the right people to come in. Because oftentimes we want to stand in our own way and try to control the situation, try to control the actions, how it all takes place. One thing about social media, I'm gonna tell you this: everybody makes it look super easy. Everybody makes it look super easy. Nobody talks about the struggles that they had to go through. They want to make it look like they just jumped from A to Z. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. You got to go from A to B to C to D to every other letter in that alphabet until you get to Z. And you have to know this. You have to be mature enough to know this. You're going to go through some struggles. You're going to go through some times that you don't know how to get out of. You're not going to be able to see what's on the other side of that door. But if you've been serious enough to say, "This is what I want." One example, Carol wants an island. She says she's going to have an island. What Carol might just be thinking of right now is that it might cost a bunch of money to get to that island. It's just going to cost a bunch of money to buy that island. You may not be thinking about all the shit you're going to have to go through to get that money, to get to that island. I'm gonna tell you this. Here's how powerful this is. You may not even have to pay for that island. You might just have to go through some things to get there. And that's real life at this point. There's a lot of things that have happened with me that have truly happened with me that I couldn't make connections with. Like, okay, what is this doing for me? What is this gonna get me? Why do I even want to do this? But I've been forced into some things. And it wasn't until I realized that, okay, if I wouldn't have gone through that, if I wouldn't have experienced that, there is no way that I would have been able to handle this. I love that Derek shared about these things that he's going through that he doesn't know. He's never experienced. He doesn't have anybody to call. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, Derek, is that these things that you're going through are preparing you for something big, preparing you for something great. The reason why nobody is answering and you feel like you don't have nobody to go to is because that's not the way that it's meant to happen for you right now. Okay? Because there's some lessons that you're being taught. And so be appreciative of it. Be appreciative of it. I'm gonna tell you, with this, with growing your business, there's some things about you that you're gonna have to change. Okay? There's some things about you that you're gonna have to change. Lots of things mentally, physical things, circles that you run in. There's things that you're gonna have to change. Think of it like a tree, right? Think of it like a tree or any type of plant that bears fruit. What happens when that fruit goes bad? It falls off. It falls off. You shake that tree, the bad fruit falls off. The good fruit keeps growing, right? Till it's ready to be picked. But that bad fruit falls off. In life, in growth, in business, there's some bad fruit that needs to fall off. There's a point right now where you're at where it's time for you to shake that tree, because you may have some people around you. You may be looking at some things. You may be comparing yourself to some things that needs to fall off your tree. You're getting in front of yourself on some things that you need to step to the side on. Okay, you have to be bold and mature enough to do that. You ask any business owner out here, no one has done this alone. No one has done this alone. No one has cracked some secret code. Nobody's done that. Okay? Nobody's done that. It's just been a matter of surrounding themselves with the right people, shaking off those wrong people, shaking off those negative thoughts when they present themselves, surrendering to the process. Surrendering to the process, not getting in your way, not getting in your own head. This is real stuff that if you can learn this skill, if you can seriously say to yourself, like I say to myself every day, nothing happens to me. Nothing happens to me. It all happens for me. It all happens for me. I'm going to tell you, there was a huge situation that happened last week in CJM HQ. Huge situation. One that I never would have saw coming in a million years. But I'm going to tell you, it was something that happened for me, because immediately when it happened, I got to see someone's true colors. And I'm not talking no surface true colors. I'm talking some serious down in the heart, racist, homophobic, all kinds of stuff from this person. But look, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that it happened, especially on this track that we going right now, where I'm showing y'all stuff like this. I had to shake that tree. I had to do it. Right? But look, I had to get out of my own way on it. You know, I had to get out of my own way on it. I couldn't be relying on, oh, well, it's going to look like this if, you know, one less person's here, or, oh, what are they going to say? Or people are going to think that I'm mean. No, I'm getting out of my way and I'm trusting the process. I'm shaking my tree. Realize, I told y'all a few minutes ago, you're being guided through this. Heck, I'm one of your guides, but there's guides all around you. There's guides all around you. Realize that you are not the puppeteer. You don't need to be the puppeteer. You need to surrender to the process, follow the steps. Simply follow the steps. There is nothing that you have to figure out on your own. Nothing that you have to figure out. Everything that you have, all the people that you know are enough people to make you as successful as you want to be. But here's where it trips up. Oh, I don't want to call them. They're not looking to do anything. Oh, no, they're going to get annoyed by me. Or I don't want to post that because people are going to think that I'm this and that. You're getting in your own way at that point. You're getting in your own way. And what happens when you get in your own way? You start derailing. You start stepping off the path. You start going in a different direction. And then it's like, wait, Carol, this is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. I'm sending these people to you to get you what you asked for. I'm placing you with this brokerage to get you what you asked for. I helped you pass that test to get you what you asked for. Why are you all of a sudden not relying on me? Why all of a sudden are you trying to do it your way? And it happens every single day, day in and day out, moment after moment. Okay, realize that you are not the puppeteer in this. Okay, you are not the puppeteer. We're so powerful as human beings. We're so powerful. We're very powerful as business owners. Okay, lean into that power. You can make anything happen that you want to make happen. But the trick is, you got to get out of your own way. Okay, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary. It's going to feel like you're alone. You ever heard somebody say it's lonely at the top? Why do they say that? There's a lot of people who have money, but it's a very lonely feeling because you can feel like you're going through this alone, right? You can feel like your friends are deserting you. Your family doesn't think like you. Nobody's supporting you. Your friends who you thought were your friends, they're not supporting you like you thought that they should be supporting you. It starts to feel lonely. Okay? But you won't be alone. You won't be alone. It's going to feel lonely. It's going to feel lonely, but what's happening is you're shaking that tree. You're shaking that tree and things are falling that shouldn't be on that tree. But that tree is strong. That tree is going to grow big and it's going to bear a lot of fruit. Okay? But you got to shake off that dead weight. Trust the process. Trust the process and get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. As human beings, we want everything to be comfortable. We want everything to be easy. We want everything to feel like it was an overnight success. But you know, and I know, and everybody else knows that it doesn't work like that. So just know when these challenges present themselves, and not only challenges, when opportunities present themselves, be thankful and take it. Y'all think the first time somebody asked me to speak on stage that I knew what I was doing? Nope. Nope. First time I recorded a video on YouTube, do you think I knew what I was doing? Nope. First time I wrote a book, you think I knew what I was doing? Nope. Listing appointment? Nope. Cold call? Nope. None of this stuff I knew how to do. None of it. But guess what? If I wouldn't have gotten out of my own way and pushed myself, I still wouldn't know how to do it. None of this would be here. None of it. Okay, so this is a lesson for everyone. Step to the side and just follow the steps that have been put in front of you. Get out of your way. Don't try to create a new path. You know, you're going to be great. We're in an industry that's extremely simple if you let it be simple. We're in an industry that you can be a big deal quickly if you just let it. If you just let it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. None of that stuff. but know that you are powerful. And if you truly want this, do what I'm telling you. Get out of your own way, out of your own head, and watch it happen. Any questions? Any takeaways? Anything anybody? You all right over there, Carol? You done lean back.
You know, you just hit all of it. That's all. You hit it all.
Awesome.
And just so
Awesome.
you know, what I heard was you're gifting me an island.
Look, we don't know what's gonna happen, is what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know. But I'm not gonna stand in the way. You're not gonna sit. Look, we don't know yet. Awesome. Well, look, y'all, go out there, knock it out of the park this week. Post in the group. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see y'all next Monday.